Hello everyone. I said I'm gonna make a video using the Surface Pro 3 for gaming and frames per second analysis before the end of the day, and here it is before the end of the day. It is now 12 o'clock. Oh no, it is. It's 12:30. I lied. Well, oh well. I'm still trying. Anyway, if you haven't watched the other videos, what I have here is, by the way, the room is dark right now because that's the only way I could actually get some sort of contrast between the camera and actually the screen. A couple things. This is a Microsoft Surface Pro 3. It is the i5 version. It has 4 gigs of RAM. You may be like, oh, why are you doing a gaming analysis on something that doesn't even have an i7, or it's a mobile device and it doesn't have 8 gigs of RAM or anything like that. The purpose of this was, if I actually bought this thing for my own purposes, to use it at school, to take it out, to take notes, just like how I use my MacBook Air and everything, I will get the i5 because I think it will probably get a little better battery life. I will probably get 4 gigs of RAM. I don't really use a whole lot more than that when I'm on the road. Other people may. On top of that, the price issues, like if you really deck this thing out, you can go all the way up to $1,700–1,800, and there's no way I'm going to spend $1,800. Personally, I don't make that kind of money. I don't even have a decent camera right now. You're looking at like 15 frames per second at 1080p. You know what I mean? Therefore, it doesn't make any sense for me to go like CNET or whatever and get like the most decked out, what they call the golden versions, where they have like some special chips, like how Nvidia used to do the golden copies, to get better frame rates and things like that on their weapons. Anyway, whatever it is, this is what a normal person would buy. This thing is about $1,099, including the keyboard that I have. Unlike the other videos that I did, which is Surface Pro 2 and Surface Pro 1, I am actually using a mouse on this one because I got a lot of crap from people who watch my videos. They said, oh, why don't you use a mouse? Why was I using a mouse? Because it didn't come with a mouse, it came with a stylus. So I was trying to play games with my fingers and stylus, and it was horrible. So anyway, after that introduction, it's been 2 minutes. I still haven't shown you a game yet, so I'm gonna go and start showing you guys some games. One more disclaimer, this is really quick. I'm gonna try to play the games at the native resolution of this thing, which is 2160 by 1440. The aspect ratio is 3:2. It's hard, I know. It's an onboard video card, on CPU video card. It's not that great, but all the graphics will be turned down as much as possible to let me play at the native resolution. I really don't like to really, squeeze down the resolution to something that's not native to the screen. Generally, if I can, I'm going to try to do that. And we're going to start with, let's start with Hearthstone. I'm going to click on Hearthstone and click on play. By the way, I don't claim to be an expert on any of these games that we're going to look at. Fraps is running. As you can see, the frame rate's on the upper left corner. It's hitting at 30 frames per second. That may be just limited by the game at this point. We will see what it's doing. Let's just practice. I don't want to really play with someone else right now. Let's take a mage deck against a hunter and play. We're also checking how long it takes for the computer to load the games. How long does it take? Oh, that was very quickly. Apparently, obviously, because it's practice. So I don't even really care what I'm playing. I just want to see some frame rate. It's 30 frames per second. 30 frames per second is not that great. 60 frames per second is really good, but in my opinion, because the 60 Hz screen, there's not much we can do here in the turn. But this game may be artificially limited to 30 frames per second. I'm not sure, but after all, when you're playing on a tablet like this, 30 frames per second is definitely playable. We're gonna have 3 mana, and we're gonna play the I guess this, man, I have horrible cards. I should have paid attention. Anyway, let's not waste any more time. We can play. This game is playable. I didn't even change the graphics settings on it. Here you go. I will play this card, which will be a waste of the card, obviously, because the big game hunter does other good things. Anyway, let's quit this thing. Let's take a look at another game. Let's look at Starcraft II. Sure, it's right here. Now, Starcraft II is a little bit of an older game. It's not that old of a game, but it's been out for a while, so I expect it to actually perform fairly well. It did really good on Surface Pro 2. You can see it on the Surface Pro 2 video. Civilization and Starcraft both did really well, as well as League of Legends. So I expect those games to do well. I don't want to do campaign. Let's see. Let's go for a custom game. I haven't played Starcraft II in like a year, probably, maybe more. Yeah, sure. Agreeability is good. Let's create a game here. Our frames per second is like jumping somewhere on between 20 and 45. I'm gonna add an AI here, and yeah, that's fine. Easy AI. I love it. We're at 38 frames per second right now. 38, 37. It really doesn't matter. The game is responsive. Everything is, all the controls are responsive. We're doing good. Loading against the computer should be faster than loading against the multiplayer opponent, but still, this game normally does take a good amount of time to load, especially if you're not on an SSD. Obviously, we're on some sort of flash-based storage device. Therefore, this is going to be fairly quick, and which was good. All right, let me make some drones here. Let's put our shortcut. I'm hitting 50 frames per second. That is really good. I mean, you obviously see like chopped up motion, but I'm seeing really good. The reason you see chopped up motion is because my camera is not that great. 50 frames per second, 48 frames per second. Obviously, if I built more things around or got into actually, let's take a probe and actually send to see if we can find the enemy. And label them number 1. Yeah, when I see the enemy or when I get into a fight, or if I turned up the graphics a little bit, obviously this frame rate is going to go down. But you also need to consider the fact that the game is at 2160 by 1440, which is an exceptionally high resolution. It is much higher than what people normally game at. People game at 1920 by 1080. 1920 by 1080 is 1920 times 1080. It's about what, like 2 million pixels? 2160 by 1440 is going to be about 3 million pixels. So you have an extra million pixels worth of information that needs to be, you know, coded, generated, and created in this little device. A whole lot of people use these big, you know, crate-looking computers, desktops, to play on 1080p. So I'm impressed. Yes, it's pretty nice. So again, apparently we're playing against Zerg. We're not really going to play against them. I'm going to attack that, and then they're going to attack me. They're going to try to kill me. I'm going to run around. I'm getting 37 frames per second. I won't play this game competitively at 37 frames per second. It won't make any sense. But at that point, I will probably lower the resolution and try to get 60. So that is StarCraft II. If we can maybe get out. Surrender, yes. You beat me, computer. Easy computer wins. So we're exiting right now. Let's get out of here. By the way, you may also ask, hey, why did you make a first-person video? All the graphics are crappy and the resolution is not that great. Well, I want you to see what I'm seeing, you know, as much as possible. When you're really screen recording and things, I don't know. I think things lose a little bit of their naturalness. Wow, that made absolutely no sense whatsoever. If everybody can forget what I just said, that would be great, because that was horrible. Anyway, I'm continuing with Diablo 3. Let's see what Diablo 3 does. I don't expect Diablo 3 to do well because, well, about a year and a half ago I had a MacBook Pro and I was reviewing Diablo 3 on a MacBook Pro and a high resolution, the Retina screen, with the GT 550 or 650 or something like that, and it was absolutely horrible. I don't think this game is optimized very well for low-end devices. So where I have my settings, oops, that's not the right one. My settings are at, oh, I'm at the low resolution. I said I'm gonna have the native resolution. There it is, 2160 by 1440. Everything's turned low or off. We accept it. The resolution is trying to pop up. It is here, and it is at 8 frames per second. Mouse is unresponsive. It is not helping me at all. Like, it's really not working very well. I'm gonna return to the game. I'm gonna resume. This is absolutely not only my it's not my only character. I have a bunch of other guys, 60s, 44s, whatever, but We're just playing around right now, so we'll take a level 1, level 2, and resume game. See if we can get a decent frame rate. I highly doubt it. If I'm getting 10 frames per second or 9 frames per second at the menus, it's loading. At least loading times are not that bad. I mean, look, it's doing good. It's doing good. That was fairly quick, and we're getting 9 frames per second. I'm moving. Apparently I have some sort of a cold ray of some sort. You could play it if you had to, if you're really forced, but it's really not that much fun at 9 frames per second. Plus, at higher levels, you will just die immediately due to lag and things like that. So, instead of doing this, let's go back and let's go back to the resolution. At least, maybe I can find a resolution for you guys that this thing will play properly at. If you lower it down to something like this, something really archaic like 1280 by 960, there you go. Let's see what happens. When everything is turned low and your resolution is really low, we're getting 20 frames per second. I mean, that shows you that's literally this is not even a third person. I don't even know what this thing is called. It's like a third person top watch from the top type of scrolling game. And dude, 18 frames per second, really? I mean, my iPhone will probably get better frames per second at 1280 by 960. So no, Diablo is not doing very well. I don't. If you want to play Diablo, don't get the Surface Pro. Don't get the i5. I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference if you get the i7. To be honest, they both have the same video card as far as I know. I could be definitely wrong. Just a little bit of CPU power is just gonna. The TDW is higher, so you're gonna probably get less battery life. And ooh, computer low on memory. Apparently, the 4 gig memory is having trouble with Diablo, so we just figured out what was the issue. Diablo 3 retail is having trouble because it was maxing out the RAM, my 4 gigs of RAM. That tells you that maybe you should really bite the bullet and get the 8 gig version, because 4 gig is definitely having trouble with some of these games. Okay, I can get rid of my little thing. So what we have here is let's look at Star Citizen really quick. I mean, this is kind of unnecessary, but let's do it anyways. Star Citizen uses Crysis 3, is Crytek engine, meaning it is not meant to run in anything except exceptionally high quality, whatever, you know, very strong PCs and things like that, even at low resolutions. But hey, why not? You guys are here, I'm here, it's late at night, it's almost 1 o'clock. We'll fire it up, right? Just 2 more minutes, who cares? Let's see what this guy does. Ooh, 48 frames a second. Although the window is like a little small, I don't know why. It's sharp in there, but it's just, I don't know. We're gonna find out. This screen will take a little bit. It even takes time on my desktop, which is an i7 2600 at 4.6 gigahertz or 4.7 gigahertz, overclocked with 2 GTX 680s on SLI. So this is totally normal. This is not Surface Pro's fault. This is how this game just loads. On top of that, the game is on alpha. It's not even alpha stage, I think. It's just like pre-alpha type stage, so it's not optimized at all. There's no way this game is gonna play at 54 frames per second. It's just not possible. I don't know. Okay. It's at 7. It could crash due to low memory. It can easily, well, 0 frames per second. Oh no, it's launching something. Okay, there it is. No, we're in. We didn't crash. This resolution is really low though. I mean, we're looking at it from a window. So what is the resolution? I'm having trouble seeing it. I don't know about you guys. Graphics settings. It's 800 by 600. Oh, okay. Okay. Alright, let's go with 800 by 600. We have 8 frames per second, 9 frames per second. It's gonna be a little harder for you guys to see. Yeah, let's see. Oh, we can get our helmet here. There's the oh, our helmet is on already. Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay, if this thing is getting 8 frames per second, okay, what about the graphic settings? Let's see. Graphic settings low. So at low quality, at 800 by 600, we're getting 11 frames per second. If I increase the resolution or anything with the quality of the game, it's definitely not gonna do well. Oh wait, I can't get in. Let me get into my Super Hornet. Okay, it's trying. It's getting into the Super Hornet. Still haven't crashed. And look at that bad boy. Pulling 19 frames per second like a boss. Intel i5 ultra low voltage emission whatever chip, environmentally friendly little thingy. Alright, are we gonna play? Really? Okay, I'll play. I'm game. Let's go. No free flight. Let's see if we can kill some Wundle. Let's see if it's gonna launch. I'm really curious. This is like the lowest of the low. You cannot launch this game at a lower resolution or at lower graphics details or settings. You know, no anti-aliasing, nothing is low. 800 by 600 is just. I think Crytek, CryEngine, whatever, doesn't support 640 by 480, so we couldn't even lower the resolution, which will help. It will double our frame rate more than likely. It is nice to get 47 frames per second on a still image. It's basically a picture. It should have infinite frames per second. Oh, actually, there's something blinking, so that may be the reason. Are you gonna launch? Hello? Hello, buddy. It's really trying. Whoever is sticking with me up to this point in the video, I appreciate it. You're a trooper, boy or girl. Definitely a trooper. We're loading games here at 1, 2 in the morning. What time? 12:46 in the morning. Man, it must be nice. You could be scrolling this video back and forth right now. Oh wait, hold on. We are doing something. Anvil Aerospace, yeah. Okay, all systems are online. Oh crap, I don't know my throttle. We're getting 6 frames a second. Ooh. I don't know what happened. I crashed. I think it's the RAM. Yeah, it probably is the RAM. Well, that was 2 seconds. I'm trying to get back to Windows screen right now. Control Delete. Yeah, I totally. CryEngine just cried his eyes out. This is really good. Believe me, this is really good. Some of you may be thinking, what is this guy doing? What are we doing here? Why are we trying to game on this device? It can't game apparently. Well, you know what? You know what this thing is telling me? If I were to rebuy this thing, I would buy the 8 gig version no matter what. Apparently 4 gigs is definitely not enough in today's world. By the way, I said League of Legends. I never did League of Legends. Some of you may be looking or waiting for League of Legends. Here's League of Legends. Let's do League of Legends. Definitely, we have to do League of Legends. There are a lot of League of Legends players who like to play on their portable devices, take it to school and things like that. So this is actually really important. Who cares if Star Citizen plays or not, but League of Legends must play properly. Things like League of Legends, Starcraft, where you have like massive communities with hundreds of thousands of people playing. Let's click on play. Let's go a custom game. I want to create one. By the way, I don't know how to play League of Legends. just to let you guys know. I really don't. I suck. I played some Dota, but like I just. Okay, let's add a bot. Add another bot. And let's start the game. Sure, I don't need any XP. I'm okay. Let's take this chick, Jinx. What does she do? I have no idea. Lock in. We got 9 seconds to launch the game. We're gonna see how long it takes to launch an actual game. We can't even count. Okay. And I just go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm bored of counting. It's been 20 seconds. I've been counting fairly slow. Not even like 1 second at a time. So I'd say about a minute so far. Just really trying. I'm looking at feeling the back of it. It is hot. It is hot. That i5 is really trying to do something, but okay, about 2 minutes. It's stuck at 30 frames per second. That's not that bad. Let's look at the video. It is at native resolution. I don't know if you can read this, but it's at 2160 by 1440, full screen. Everything is very low or off. No anti-aliasing. VSync is on, so we are playing the game at I don't know why we're not playing the game. Believe it or not, I don't know how to get out of this little area. Or do we have to wait until some time passes or something? Really? Okay. I don't want to wait 30 seconds. Really? I thought I could just walk around. Not on this map, I guess. Anyway, I can zoom in, I can zoom out. We're getting a solid 40 to 43 frames per second, sometimes as low as 30, which is playable. And again, you could always, it has its own frames per second counter. You could always lower the resolution a little bit. There we go. Not really my choice. I don't really like that kind of stuff. I don't like lowering your resolution unless I really have to. So this game so far is playable. It is playable, but my Surface Pro 2 that I got last year was higher spec, and it definitely played the game better. I'm pretty sure this guy gets way better battery life, and it's thinner, and it has a bigger screen, and the resolution is higher. But the Surface Pro 2, well, of course Surface Pro 2, Andy played it better. Surface Pro 2 was at 1080p. Let's bring this guy to 1080p, see what happens. Just for fun of it. Let's see, just for frame rate comparison. It didn't make that much of a difference. It may be more graphics card and memory related, although that's what it is. 50 frames per second. I thought 1080p was gonna really get this thing going, but it's not going to do that. Anyway, that is go back to Windows. Thank you very much for watching this video. There will be another video. Whoop, hold on. Let's turn this guy off. There will be another video that's gonna do productivity software. Something, and then like taking notes, playing with MATLAB, running programs, compiling C programs, flashing FPGAs, things where you may purchase this thing and use it for a productivity reason. You may want to compile an executable. You may want to do you may want to program an FPGA. You may want to write some code, a bunch of those things, and we'll see how this thing actually handles that and what kind of battery life it gets. I mean, running continuous video for 3.5 hours and then saying that this thing gets 3.5 hours of video. I mean, I'm sorry, battery life doesn't really mean anything. I want to find out what the real world battery capability of this device is. Anyway, like always, thanks for watching the video, and I will see you guys later.